Hi Leute, ihr seht, es ist wieder passiert. Ein weiterer unserer Freunde ist von uns gegangen. Ich mochte sie gerne. Sie war so schön stubborn. Und, naja, sie hat gerade angefangen, sich zu verbessern und Freunde zu werden. Oh. Tomi. Aber sie wird echt stark zugerichtet. Sieht man das ganze Blut im Raum. Oh mein Gott. Once the others brought a lamp, I started to see a little more in the room. But what in the world happened here? Are these signs of a fire? Why was there a fire here? Oh, stimmt. Hier ist sehr viel schwarz. Code wahrscheinlich. I don't really know myself. I have to gather information about it while talking with the others. Let's start with what I can do. Like last time, we should check the Monokuma file first, right? Also wird zweimal erstochen. Oh, das Bild. The victim is Tomori Kizuna. The estimated time of death is about 9:30 p.m. Out in the Switchium, located in the power room, on the second floor of the school. There's a long torn wound on her stomach and massive bleeding. The cause of death is a cut through the esophagus caused by a knife. Oh boy. Is this it? This is too little information. However, at 9:30, was just 30 minutes away before nighttime announcement. At that time, it is impossible to go back to the private room and enter after killing and cleaning up. And the people who were in the dormitory during the BDA, including me, have an alibi. But if you think about it, something is weird. Mikaru and Uehara are fine, but why weren't the others in the dorms at the time? Stimmt. Wer fehlte nochmal? Tatsuki war in der Ecke da. Taira fehlte. Kinjo fehlte. Es fehlten mehrere Leute. Ja. Die Läuferin fehlte. Ayame hieß sie, glaube ich. We decided not to leave our rooms at night, so we stayed near the dorms even after 9 p.m. in the last few days. And the place where Tomori died is the school area, which is also deep within the Switchium on the second floor Powers room. I'll have to talk to the others who weren't in the dorms during the BDA. Warum liegt hier Blut auf dem Boden? Ganz viel sogar. This it's a blood stain, but what is this? This seems odd, right? Tomori's body is clearly deep in the control room. The blood leads from the entrance to the power room. Strange. There's no blood outside. Did the culprit kill Tomori and then ran away in a hurry? No, wait a minute. The fact that the blood is close to the entrance means that the struggle started at the entrance. But why are the windows broken? I think those wasn't part of it? Besides, there's this blood near the entrance of the control room. But no blood anywhere outside on the power room. They wiped the blood spots of the power room? Wonder what happened? Gute Frage. Was ist das? Huh? What's this? Something's broken. Flashlights! Is this a broken flashlight? Sogar zwei. Actually, there's two broken flashlights here. These must have been Tomori's and the culprits. Even with a flashlight, you need to turn on the dark switch. That could have been Tomori, right? And how did the culprit manage to navigate without being noticed? Why are these broken? Is there a reason to break them, or... Flammendes Feuer zu machen? Hier? Ah, this is... Here's a piece of cloth that I see for the first time. Ist angekokelt. Und es ist Blut drauf. That's not the important part. Bloody. I don't know where this came from, but it's bloody, so it must be related to crime, right? It's a little burnt, but it's enough to cover a human body. Yeah, maybe the killer stabbed Tomori, and she was bleeding, so they used the cloth to prevent it. Tomori suffered a lot of blood loss, but they had to contain it at the time of the murder. Of course, the cause of that was the neck wound. With a throat cut, they had to act fast, as it would drip on the floor with every second. Preventing the blood from splashing, that's quite premeditated from the killer. Suddenly, when I turned over the piece of cloth, I was able to discover a few things under it. Feuerzeug! Da kommt das Feuer her. This is a lighter, right? Cheap, compact lighter that is used to lit a small fire. Doesn't necessarily have the firepower to create a huge one, however. The fact that this lighter was here means this must have caused the beginning of it. So it's natural to say that there should be some traces of being used in the room. Besides, it's not just that. The lighter was covered under the cloth together with another object. The crumpled paper here, let's see. Nachricht. Is this thing again? Sind das die Geheimnisse? I couldn't read the content probably because it was almost burned out. It was difficult to recognize any words at all, but I knew where this paper came from. The secret note. Honoka told us about this motive and shared it to everyone. And also, what is this? Yuki Maeda? Entweder hatte sie mein Geheimnis oder der Culprit. Might be. It's my secret note, huh? Why is this at the scene of the crime? The contents are almost burned out. I don't know what my secret written here is, fine, but it's a shameful secret to me then. There are so many things. No way, again, this motive caused another murder. Let's think this for a moment. Did Tomori picked up a remote? No, wait. Nee, Tomori hat was anderes. Hatte Tomori nicht, das von dem Orangehaarigen? Was? Oder hat sie das von der, Exorzistin? What? What rights are you even based on? Look anyways. What? This is really useless information. Who would want to know this? Ha, it's a joke after all. What a motive for sure. Shut up. But if you're old enough, you shouldn't be sleeping with a dad. Your mother. Stimmt, ja, sie hatte ihrs. Also hat der Culprit meins gehabt. Okay. But how in place did they find out? The secret that Tomori picked was Otori's. But there's one possibility left. The culprit picked up my secret. It's possible they created the fire in order to destroy the evidence and burn everything. But the weird thing is, was my secret going to kill someone that much? Not be. Even though there were embarrassing secrets. There was no secret that could motivate a murder to happen. Ja, schon. Wenn man sowas sagt wie, keine Ahnung, Yuki ist Teil, hat eine Hand darin, dass wir hier gefangen sind. Oder Yuki weiß den Ausweg, erzählt aber keinen. Das wäre halt schon ein Grund. I'll take it. Maybe I'll find something out later. Okay. So viel. Hallo. Huh, this was no joke. All was burned. Yeah, it still smells like something burning. But this is an important place, so if you break it, it's a big deal, right? It's such a mess. Let's worry about that later, and do our investigation first. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, nicht schon wieder. Tomori. Clearly, she prefers others and tried to hit on the guys. She, too, in her heart, wanted to change, and we were getting to know it too. She didn't deserve this. Not only that, although it was bitter, we were always cheerful with Tomori. The tension went up in a good sense, bringing energy to everyone. Dear Lord, she really didn't deserve this. Na, tut sie echt nicht. Then why? Why did you end up this way? I have no time to grieve. There's a lot of things that I need to investigate in order to find out the truth. It was the same time with Maki, but Tomori, I'm sorry for intruding. Really sorry. Oh. Tomori's body looked terrible. The whole body is bloody. As shown in the Monokuma file, the stomach and neck had stab wounds. The wound on the neck was still bleeding a little, and thanks to that, there was a bloody smell all over the room. Immer noch? Krass. Knife stab in the neck. It's with a murder weapon at first glance. Instead, this time the killer did not dispose of the weapon. He didn't feel like the need to go back for it. Knife. It's a kitchen knife. To conclude that the weapon would not have been anywhere but in the kitchen? I'll have to check the kitchen later. And there's one more question about Tomori's body. Warum ist sie so angelehnt? Und warum hat sie 2 Stichworte? Ich wollte sagen, die im Nacken reicht doch. The wound on the stomach. The culprit ended her breathing by stabbing Tomori on the neck. The file also stated the fatal wound was in that location as well. So, what's the reason for the stomach wound? We think of a possibility, they stabbed in the stomach and then stabbed her right away on the neck. Or, she was stabbed in the neck in a second attack after she fell down here. This is a crafty killer. I really don't know in detail because I don't have the specialized knowledge. Now we might know something. And I should consult with Kinjo as well. If I were the culprit, uselessly increasing the wounds would leave more traces behind. There has to be a reason for a stomach wound. Vielleicht gibt's ja 2 Killer, wer weiß. Anything more to be found in the body? But take a look. The time Tomori died is around 9:30. Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is a primary suspect. I'll ask the others about it and find out it's time to move.
Maeda?
Inori, are you doing an autopsy?
Yeah. Kenjo took over, so I'm going to work hard.
He took over? What do you mean?
Well, he said he had something to check and went somewhere else. When I was still Maki's, we made the autopsy together.
What did you check? Also, how about we confirm things together?
What to say? It's a terrible amount of blood loss. Humans have excessive amount of bleeding when about 1/3 of the blood volume flows out, not around 1/3 as you can see. Amazing even that this amount of blood came out. Neck wounds are definitely fatal, but it would have self-coagulated to some extent after the heart stops. The amount of bleeding should have gradually decreased.
It means, are you saying something caused the massive bleeding?
No, I can't confirm this with just my opinion, but if your blood pressure is high, then there'd be a lot of bleeding. That much I know.
Also, hat sie vor Sport gemacht. Sie hat getanzt.
In similar term, there are individual differences. Well, there's a lot of bleeding in this case, meaning it must have taken a while before that. Thanks to that, Tamari felt a terrible pain before drawing their last breath.
Who could have planned such a horrible murder?
So is there a killer among us in this case too? Like that time with Higa? Going to doubt each other again and accuse people?
I think this has to be done. I know it's painful. I won't force you if you don't want to, but if we don't, that means we'll have no choice but to give up our lives.
Yeah, I know. Sorry for the negativity. I work hard and for their sake. As for my results of the autopsy, what I found out, the abnormal amount of blood loss. Oh, and the time of death doesn't match with the Monokuma file.
It's good enough information to help. Thank you, Inori.
It's okay. You're welcome, Maeda. I'll check tomorrow in more detail in case I missed anything.
Inori's having it difficult too, but she is steadily fighting the desperate situation in our hands. Let's do our best. We need to find out the truth. Noch irgendwas? Oh, tatsächlich. Ich dachte, es wäre uns beide. Ich wollte gucken, ob ich würde eigentlich auch hochgehen. Tatsächlich, das Schreibe. Na gut. Huh? What's this? 3 Xe. At first, I thought it was just blood. But the blood appears to indicate the handwriting of something on the floor. Hat sie was hingeschrieben? X4. No. It's written 3 X's and a bigger X mark.
Maeda, is that a dying message?
A dying message? Is that something that comes out of a mystery story?
Well, it's not necessarily only in fiction. It's entirely possible for victims to leave a clue. The killer.
Then this clue was left by Tomori when she died. Does this clue mean anything, though?
Well, I can't confirm since I'm not a detective. It's possible the blood sprayed in that matter by accident.
Nein, niemals!
However, due to the circumstances, it's more likely to be a message. We have to decipher it.
Yeah, wish I could know what it means. The last message Tomori left us. XXXX. What does this mean? Gute Frage. Was ist da oben hin? This is what stands the most at the scene of the incident. The glass window is broken. I didn't know because it was dark, but through the window you can see the power room. The glass window in the power room was this one then. The window for the control room. But this window is broken for some reason. Aber es wurde von innen zerstört, weil die Scherben liegen draußen. Die haben wir schon gesehen, als wir hergekommen sind. Did the culprit kill Tomori and break out through the window? There's a possibility. Break this window and come out from this side where the equipment is. Then go straight through the door where it leads to the exit. The door of the second floor corridor. But I don't know if we were to go straight out the hallway anyways. We're going to leave the power room, the entrance of the control room. What's the reason for breaking this glass? Not for being used as an escape. If you think about it, not possible. Going to the control room to the entrance, using the window as an escape route? Because someone heard noise from the power room. Would have been a matter of time before being discovered. Besides, breaking the window must have made extra noise. I wouldn't have broken glass for no reason. But now let's leave it as a reference for later. Okay, noch irgendwas hier? Was fehlt denn noch? Was fehlt denn jetzt noch hier? Ich habe noch jetzt alles, oder nicht? Es gab noch einen Knopf, der das zeigt, was ich noch finden kann, ne? Warte, wo ist Controls? Ich brauche Controls. Ja, saven kann ich einfach auch, das ist okay. Ich will eigentlich Controls nutzen. Ich will wissen, wie ich das mache. Was kann ich noch checken hier? Den Körper geguckt, ich habe sie angesprochen, ich habe mit ihnen gesprochen. Das bringt mir nichts. Das habe ich durch. Right. This is what I've been concerned about from before. Oh! There's a long line of something running along the wall of the control room. Oh, it's a fuse, right? Actually broken in the middle, cut with a knife. Or whether it's a burnt mark. Fire in the control room and the fuse. There could be a relation, right? And someone triggers the fire inside the switchium through the fuse. Is this the case? Cause? Who? For what reason? Perhaps the killer did it, but I got no idea why. Das war's. Das ist auch eine. Okay, das sehe ich richtig dann. Ah, jetzt kann ich gehen. Hi. Hey, Hatano. What are you doing?
Almeida. What I'm checking here.
Do you know what that is? Sieht aus wie eine verbrannte Taschenlampe. What is that? Burnt charcoal?
Isn't that weird? When everyone gathered in front of the power room, there wasn't anything. I like that in the corner. I like that in the corner, right?
Right, I was here too. I couldn't have noticed that.
First, shouldn't we check what it is?
Oh! Alles gut? Tano, what are you doing? Did you stumble into something?
Yeah!
Oh! Oh! Was ist denn da passiert? What? Tano, what? Why is blood? Tano was walking to investigate the strange object. Suddenly it grabbed her leg and she started bleeding. Dashed near the back of Hatano's left thigh was sharply cut and was dropping a lot of blood. Hatano! Passiert? Wie? Ist da eine Linie? Ist da ein Seil? So Piano Wire?
What? I heard a Yamachan scream. Yeah! A Yamachan!
Hatano, what is it? What is that wound? Before that, let's call Inori first, quickly. Okay, I call her. Inori! Hatano, how are you feeling?
Everyone, don't come.
Huh?
Wire. There's a hidden wire.
Wire? Oh ja, tatsächlich. Looking closely at this the place where Hatano fell, the bottom part I was able to see a sharp wire that was hard to see. At least I noticed it. Because of Hatano's blood on it. Too thin to see it with the naked eye. Is this? That burn object was used to bait? Who installed a trap like this? Why? No, before that. What do we do with Hatano? If Inori was here, she's a surgeon. She might know what to do. Ach, das ja. I got Inori here.
Huh? Yeah! Wait, Hatano! What's going on?
Well, she got caught in a wire trap. Inori, what should we do?
Wire trap? Why is that? I'll look at her vitals first. Kanara-chan, but is it okay? Is there a place to treat her? Currently the nurse office is locked. What place do we use to treat a wound? That's true. But the amount of bleeding is bigger than expected. I have to do something about it quickly.
Be careful. There's still a wire there. Oh boy. But warum? Oh, die Arme. But he knows in judgment. She takes Hatano with her. It's okay, Hatano. As an athlete, she must have a strong will. Let's hope it's just a scratch. I'm worried about Hatano, but there's not much time left before the class trial. Still haven't figured out much. Curses. What kind of person would do this? It's done enough with killing Tomori. Even trying to set a trap on Hatano? That wire far away was installed by the culprit, but was there a target in the first place? If you do a trap like this, it's a complete indiscrimination attack against an unspecified person. I don't have much time to go through the details. Only search the control room. Let's quickly investigate other places. First of all, Atano got an injury while trying to investigate this area. And what I found is... Taschenlampe, ne? Looks like a black object. This is a flashlight. Another one. This flashlight is burned. There's also a fire inside the control room. Was this flashlight burned at some point inside the fire? Das heißt, wir hatten 3 Flashlights im Raum. Waren also 3 Leute da drin? No, wait. It was a flashlight. It was already inside the room. 2 flashlights were broken inside. So, why is this one here? Who used it? Wire trap was recorded. Town's injury. 3rd flashlight. Ah! Hier wollen wir mit euch reden, ne?
Maeda-kun, is Yama-chan okay? What to do? What can I do?
Take it easy, Tyra. I know you're worried, but the class trial will start soon, so we have to focus on the investigation first.
A friend was hurt, but you want to investigate? Is it that easy to work around like that? Oh, I'm sorry, Maeda-kun. To be mad at Maeda-kun is not the right way to do this.
It's okay. I understand. Once it's dark to calm down. I have something to ask you, Tyra.
Something to ask?
Yes, not only you, Tyra, but also in the dorms. Kinjo, Hatano, and Kurokawa weren't there. At that time, even though night time was starting, you didn't return to the dorms, right?
Ah, that's right. Well, I tried to go back, but I couldn't because of this. Just past 9 o'clock. I was doing some cooking research in the kitchen.
Cooking? The reason why the food was already done every day was because of this?
Yes. By the way, it seemed to me that there was a lack of a lot of ingredients today. Because I wanted to make different recipes, but alas, I couldn't. I made a mistake by wearing tempura, so all of the oil splashed on my clothes. I tried to go to bed soon, but I had to wash the whole thing in the bathroom because the wash machine wasn't working.
Oh, I see. By the way, were you alone during that time?
Yeah, Ayama-chan seemed to go training, because she was there before going to bed.
So that's the case, I see.
Yeah, Kizuna-chan, I'm sorry.
Thank you for telling me this. We must find a copy together.
Yeah, let's push on, Maeda.
Okay. Maeda, do you think Atano will be alright? Not sure, I'm worried. But since she was hurt on the leg, shouldn't be a problem, I think. Atano, she got injured while trying to investigate, right? I can't forgive a killer who even does this. Let us investigate more for Atano's sake. Yeah, there's not much time left, so let's hurry. Hello.
I'm really sorry about Tomori.
Huh? Yeah, right. I hope you will come to be able to open up your heart to us.
Open your heart? Come to think of it, I heard that before.
Oh, Orihara wasn't with us that time. After our reunion, we were able to move Tomori's heart.
I don't mean to blaspheme the death, but I only can't believe that point.
Orihara too? Mikaro said that too. You're a good person down to the root, although you seem stiff and partial.
No, I can feel that to be the case because you've been missionary to the others these days.
Huh?
It was only a week since we met her. But the nature of Tomori was a little guy. When I left Kinjo's group, I felt hesitant. But it was a bit unbelievable that I didn't care about my pride enough to return to y'all again. Of course, it's just my opinion. If I actually thought like that for you guys, I would have. Forget to said anything.
Orihara, I know that's not the case right now, but can't you reconsider? Be with everyone together again.
Don't talk about it. I changed my mind once. I don't plan on changing it twice. Don't worry. Rest assured, I'm not trying to blame or ignore you like Mikaro. I intend to exchange as much as possible. Don't be too disappointed. Now, let's overcome this crisis that's right in front of us.
Alright, Orihara. Mikaro, is the investigation going well?
No. I have something to think about. That's the problem.
But do you want to sit down and naturally talk about it? Do you mind? Shut up! Don't speak, idiot! I don't cooperate with you. Do you have to say it 100 times? It's Mikaru's reaction as usual. But to think that Mikaru had something to think about. Is there something amiss in this case?
It's the end, Maeda. It's the end of me.
Why, Otori?
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. It was maybe my fault that Tomori Kazuna died. Wah!
Wait, what does this mean exactly? Please calm down and tell me.
Well, this is now when I think about it, something suddenly came to my mind. Second day, was it? It must have been the first night after breakfast together. These days, my routine was to check the items at the antique shop before late night. And as soon as I woke up the next day, I went there and checked the number of items every day.
Are antique shops so good? I guess because you're a merchant, you understand it.
That's also because when Mark died, wasn't there a lot of stuff used in the crime from the antique shop? I was worried that would happen again, so I looked at things every day and perfectly memorized the type and location of each object. Anyway, so I looked at the items on the second evening and went back to the antique store as soon as I got up the next day. Found out some things were missing.
What? What things?
That's a problem. At the time, all the goods are still properly in order before I went to check. Can't think of what's missing. After all at all. But I know something is definitely missing.
Tori, there's no doubt that the things that disappeared. Yeah, were things that were inside the switchium. The fuse, the lighter, and flashlight, they all disappeared back then. So that would mean that the killer prepared the tools very early in this case.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I'm certain that the time the tools were missing was at late night time.
Late nighttime? At that point, only Mikaru, Tomorrow, and Uehara went with us. We were wandering around late at night, right?
Huh? Then the copy is among those three.
Oh, and it can't be Tomori. She's already dead. Das war Tomori.
Right. Then it only leaves Mikaru and Uehara. It's one of them. No doubt my memories of things is clear as crystal.
It is still too early to conclude, but it seems to have been a good reference. Thanks, Otori. By the way, can I ask you one question? Is the wire that just hurt Atari from the antique shop?
Tano got hurt? What do you mean?
Oh, you didn't know? Just before the switchium turned off, the killer installed a wire trap. Tano got caught there, and she injured her leg.
Wire trap? Why is that? Oh, was that the reason why Inori and Hatano just went out together?
Yeah. I think the killer is more cunning than I thought.
I haven't seen it.
But
Yeah, maybe the wire did not come from the antique shop. What disappeared then was the fuse, the lighter, and the flashlight. They were wires, but those were not gone, so probably not.
Is that true? Okay, thanks for the clue anyway.
Did I have you? You're welcome. Let's do our best to catch the culprit, Maeda.
That's right, otherwise people die.
Aye.
Okay, ich würde sagen, wir machen das noch und dann geht's vielleicht schon los, wer weiß. Maeda, what happened earlier? I saw Inori with Hatano leaving the power room. Well, that is... I explained to Kinjo what just happened. What? Wire trap? I still don't know why the killer installed such a thing. Was it not targeting only for Tomori? You're still aiming at someone like Hatano was. Just adds more evidence to the crime. No, probably not. Huh? How do you mean? Looking at the case, the wire trap feels a little out of place. Out of place? I'll tell you more about it on the class trial. I have to do some research here now. Having said that, Kinjo looked ahead again. What Kinjo was investigating. Is this pieces of broken glass from the switchium window? Yeah, this is also strange. Strange? The shape of the broken glasses, temperature, the direction of the fragments flew off. I see. Can I take a look too? You can. Be careful not to damage the scene. Danke. The fragments were broken into pieces and splashed on the floor. Inside, I felt the darkness of that room little by little. Also the shards were quite hot because of the fire. How did this even happen while we were resting? In the first place. And I don't even know what was the time the situation even happened. Come to think of it, Kinjo, why weren't you at the dormitory at the time? You said to follow the rule, didn't you? Come to think of it, Maeda, you weren't here back then. There were only 6 of us. It was Taira, Hatano, Kurokawa, Uehara, Mikaru, and myself. What happened here exactly? With this fire, why did the power room become like this? Yeah, I'll tell you. Class trial. I have to explain the situation to everyone once again. First of all, the reason I wasn't in the dorms at the time, the others asked, it's because I discovered something. What? It was around 9 PM, as I was about to go back to the dormitory, to completing my investigation. I heard Hatano scream. Hearing that, there was a fire in the power room. I hurriedly headed to the 2nd floor of school, where I met Mikaru, Uehara, and Hatano there. The situation at the time was that the smoke from the switch was leaking into the hallway. We hurriedly went in to extinguish the fire with the fire extinguishers on the hallway. At the switch unit entrance. In other words, I went to the corner of the power room and turned off the lights. Suddenly I heard an explosion sound from the other side. That was this broken glass. You heard that sound? Were you all 4 together? Yeah, me, Hatano, Mikaru, and Uehara were at the switch room entrance. We had a lot of smoke, but we were close enough to confirm each other's positions. I see then. The only thing I can think of is the killer was inside the switch room, broke the window, and ran away. Have you seen any other persons beside those 3? As I mentioned earlier, it was Smokey, but I didn't see anyone else. Wait, but at that point, Taira and Kurokawa weren't together. I don't like cutting in here like this, but I'll tell you soon. Anyway, I turned the switch to extinguish the fire at the entrance, and when Hatano, Mikaru, and me went inside, Tomori was dead. At that point, the body discovery announcement came out. And after listening to the broadcast, Taira and Kurokawa came to the power room first. I don't know if you came after them, right? That's right. Then what about Uehara? You all went in together, but Uehara did not check the body? Uehara heard me when I told him to check the back broken window and went to the other side. But there were no clues other than what we always see here. After listening to the broadcast, Taira and Kurokawa came. So that, the rest included. Me and the dormitory came, correct? Yes. Since the overall development of this case is roughly in this manner. But something is quite questionable. To be honest, it's suspicious there's 2 people out when the situation happened. Maeda, now that there's not much time left, instead of being with me, you just check on Taira and Kurokawa. I want to confirm if they stayed together before the body discovery. Can you find out about it? Are you suspicious of them? Well, it's true they don't have an alibi, but... Then please do. I need to investigate the window further. Oh, Kinjo, in second. Can I ask one more thing? I just heard the whole situation from you, but I still don't get what's weird about the glass shards from the window. To simply put it, it's neatly broken. Huh? Besides, the structure of the window is strange. Look, even though the glass is broken and the body can pass through, the lights in the power room hardly reach inside the switch room, right? No matter what principle the room was made of. If it was marked and sealed at this level, and the fire broke out, the outside of the power room would not have spread the flames. More than what we expected. And this was sense of incongruity you mentioned. Maeda. There's no time. I can't explain in detail here. I'll tell you at the class trial. First of all, check out the alibi of those 2 people I mentioned earlier. Okay. I heard Kinjo's explanation, but I didn't notice anything strange that stood out. Something that can only be seen by him as the ultimate police officer? Anyways, I'll know when it comes to the trial. The investigation comes first. Kinjo's testimony is obvious. Oh god. Okay, ich würde sagen, wir machen Pause hier. Und beim nächsten Mal... Ja. Oh, cool. Anscheinend darf ich nicht weiter suchen. Okay, bis zum nächsten Mal dann. Ciao.